Hello then folks and welcome back to Glory Hunter. Today we have our summer transfers as well as European football, which we're maybe losing the tie currently. Run the intro. That's right, folks. Welcome back then to Glory Hunter with me, DoctorBenjy FM. Good to see you. I hope I find you extraordinarily well. We have made some transfers. Mitrovic has come in. Nacho's finally joined us. Pau Torres joins from Villarreal, as well as Mudryk from Shakhtar, Riddle Baku from Wolfsburg, and Paulo Dybala joins us from Roma. It's been a very, very busy window. Let's talk through them all. But first, let's see who we've lost. £10 million for Fabian Schär. He's gone off to Wolves then. We've made quite a few changes at the back and potentially a few more to come. But yeah, a decent little profit on him. Was very average for us last year, so we'll take the money and run. Emil Kraft has gone too. £4 million for him. I don't think he played a game for us last year. No. To the point where it's bugged and it thinks he's been there the whole time, which he hasn't. And actually on the outs, that is it. So let's focus on the ins. You can see some of the prices there then. Lots of money spent, of course. Declan Rice spent last year as well. And it says 169 million, but the reality is if you bump some of these up to the 75 million pounds, etc., it's a little more than that, closer to the 200 million pound mark. It's the thumbnail. So first things first then, let's talk about Aleksandar Mitrovic. This is a player that obviously we looked at for a while. He was the enhancement on Chris Wood, I would say. We've played a few games already this season. I'll show you the league table in just a moment. And yeah, you can see £8.5 million for relegated Fulham has already got 5 in 4 for us. We'll talk through again some of those results in just a moment. But yeah, a really strong start to his Newcastle career. And I'm delighted to bring him in. It's just, and I said it, he's just a better Chris Wood. Nacho up next then. 5'11". It might be a little shorter than a centre-back would need to be, but if Martinez can do it at United, Nacho can do it at Newcastle. Of course, we tried to sign him in the summer, and it didn't go quite to plan that time around. But he's here now, and I think even at 33, he's definitely capable of starting matches for me. That physicality while dropping off slowly is still enough to compete at this level, I think, and it's those mental attributes that really get me excited. The teamwork and the work rate, as well as his anticipation and his concentration, those are standout, and that's what we're looking for with a player like Nacho. And pairing him with Pau Torres from Villarreal, I think he's perfect. Again, a more dominant aerial force with Pau Torres. Both really good ages as well. So it could be, I say both really good ages. Pau Torres is a really, really good age, as well as the other signings we've bought. Nacho's the only older head, I would say, we've bought, who's maybe in the declining years, where everyone else is sort of coming to the peak of their powers, you might say. 2 goals in 4 as well so far, and 60 million. Look, it's not a number to be scoffed at. It's a very big transfer fee, but a fee that I think makes a lot of sense for a Newcastle side that need more physicality at the back. I know what you're going to say. You've got Dan Burn, you've got Botman. If I can move one of them on, then I will. But actually, the raw pace that we've got with Pau Torres is something neither of those two boys have. So that's important, and the jumping reach isn't lost. So to me, it made perfect sense. And 2 goals from set pieces already. We'll take it. Welcome, Pau Torres. Now, next up, of course, we play on the summer update rather than the winter update. So Mudryk is still at Shakhtar, and that meant I was going to have to get in there and make the move. We now have Danjuma, Saint-Maximin, and Mudryk all playing for that one role on the left side of the attacking force that we're creating. But it now gives us 3 options and players that can play across that line. It gives us a lot more versatility. So I think it's a really, really good addition. Not only that, of the 3 of them, he probably starts. He's the most complete and has already started his career off here really, really well. 2 goals, 2 assists, a 7.97. And you can see, closing in on what he did all season last year in Shakhtar, £50 million again. It's a lot of money with a little bit added on in the future, but I think we've got ourselves a star here. And this is a player that could be at Newcastle now for a long time, causing me a problem in the future for a long time. Next up, Riddle Baku. Now, this is an interesting one, and it's really about the midfield, because we've created players in there, the likes of McAllister and Guimaraes, who can do the role that Kieran Trippier originally was brought in to do, right? Set pieces, leadership. Declan Rice in there gives the leadership. McAllister gives us the set pieces. So it's time to get a bit more physicality at right back. I think Target is pretty good for us at left back, but getting Baku in at right back, again, it seemed to make sense to me. So it's those mental attributes, those physical attributes. They're where I'm focusing in most. The things that, again, teamwork, we mentioned him in Nacho, the work rate as well, and the raw pace of Baku is just slightly better than Trippier's because, again, he's getting a little older. 25, a player in the peak of his powers, 33 million. It's still a lot of money, but I think give him a little bit of time, he'll really settle into this. Yeah, some of his technical attributes aren't as good, but I think everything else makes up for it perfectly. Again, that natural fitness means we'll have no problems and still gets forward when possible. The dribbling and crossing that he's got is still pretty good. So it's not on Trippier levels, but it's still good. And with what's in front of him, I think he's a much better fit for what we're trying to do here at Newcastle right now. And finally then, this is one of those classic DoctorBenjy signings, other than the fact that he's only 29. Dybala joins us then from Roma. He had a release fee of 17.25 million, and we met it. 2 games so far, 1 goal, 2 assists. It was a later transfer in the window, but it was someone that I felt like we needed. A natural number 10, you might say, with the ability to play up front as well. But actually, I might find myself using on the left of midfield, playing as an inside forward, trying to bring Mitrovic into play. But of course, if we need to push him on into a striker area, it's a much natural shift for us than someone like Maximin, someone like Danjuma. It makes just, again, a little bit more sense. So, Paulo Dybala, when you think that we had Almir on here a few years ago, we've leveled up somewhat. Welcome Dybala to Newcastle United. And that then concludes our transfer business so far. You can see here from the activity, lots of players potentially leaving, lots of different types of bids coming in for Alexander Isak all summer. Whether we try and move him on, I don't know yet. We've still got £35 million to spend, and deadline day will be tomorrow's episode. So we'll see what goes on with that. But yeah, the history then, about £15 million out, 200-ish spent. I know it's just 169, but actually it's far more than that because of some of the add-ons with some of these transfers. But yeah, a really, really decent outlay. And we've played some matches. And how have we got on? Pretty good, at least in the league. So we kick things off this season. I know you can't believe it. I can't believe it either. We kick things off with an Alexander Mitrovic goal on the opening day versus Chelsea away at the Bridge. And then he followed that up with 3 goals against Brentford in a 5-1 victory. Isaac and Mudryk also getting on the score in that. Paulo Dybala's debut was up next, and a 4-1 win at home to Aston Villa at McAllister, Torres, Guimaraes, and finally, as you can see there, Dybala on the score sheet, giving us a huge 4-1 win before an away game at Carrow Road where we beat Norwich 6-2. Mitrovic on the score sheet again, but this time a hat-trick for Alexis McAllister, who has been fantastic, and Pau Torres again getting in the goals, and Mudryk too. So lots of goals across the league. But let's talk about the game in Europe. We lost 1-0 to Sepsi, who are from Romania. It's not great from me, and today we've got a chance to right this wrong. I don't know what happened. I mean, I think I got FM'd. I don't know, viewers. What do you think? It was a 2.44 XG for us and a 0.63 for them. And, well, we lost 1-0. It was just a really weird game. This is the goal there, and they're getting behind on that side. And then defensively, it sort of bobbles about a bit. But then a good header from the striker, Nick Pope beaten. Interesting with Nick Pope, we didn't replace the goalkeeper. We talked about maybe doing that. There was too many goalkeepers similar to Nick Pope. There wasn't enough of an upgrade on him to justify the purchase. So I didn't make one. But here we are then. Let's go into the Europa League. And actually, if we're going into the Europa League, viewers, and come with me for this, put your headphones in and turn it up loud, because the Conference League or the Europa League or the music regardless is phenomenal. And I've been a big fan of the Champions League music over the years, but what we're about to experience, as we've actually got a couple of days before the game, so there might be some transfer business that goes on here too. Oh, Chris Wood wants to know why I've left him out of the Conference League squad. Obviously, glory hunters are kind of weird. You might think, well, Ben, focus on the league a little bit. Like, the league's going well right now. You're only second behind Liverpool with a game in hand. Things looking very, very good. Why not use some of the rotation players in the Europa Conference? Because I want to win it, and I want to win it well. So that's why they're already in there. If I left too many out, it would mean that I wouldn't be able to register them later on, because you can only change 3 around. So I just went for the best squad. It meant that Omabama Dele didn't get in, which, again, seems weird, but is currently the situation. I may be able to put him in at the next opportunity, in which I will tell him that, which is a lie, because I don't know if I'll be able to. And weirdly, no bids for Alexander Isak, which is usually what happens when I continue on this save at the moment. But no, not this time around. I definitely think as the transfer window closes in, there'll be some other exits as well. As we'll just draw this quickly. We play away at Crawley in the Carabao Cup. Of course, the Carabao Cup, not something we want to win for the Glory Hunter Challenge, but of course is something, as we enter year 2 of this challenge, that would just be nice for our reputation around the rest of Europe. No, I'm not loaning you, Isaac. No, Benfica, don't be ridiculous. Benfica in loan swoop. No, it's like a seagull licking a chip. No, you're not having it. That was a little bit too real for me there, viewers. Okay, then, team-wise for this one then, this is how we're lining up now. I think it gives us some nice balance in terms of support players and attack players, and Dybala just gives us that different edge to us that we haven't had before, with Mudryk again, with a lot of freedom to do whatever he likes on that side with the help of Guimaraes. Pope in goal then. Trippier right back for now. Baku could actually play in this one. I mean, Trippier's still there. I don't want to change things too much. Again, there's quite a few changes to the back line. Changing 3 of them from the off might be a little brave. So it's been a matter of rotation. No, forget it. Baku's going in for this game. Nacho and Torres at the back then alongside Target. We've got Rice in the half-back position. We'll talk about that a little bit more, I'm sure, in a future episode, with Guimaraes and McAllister in the middle, Dybala one side, Mudryk the other, and Mitrovic up top through the middle. Alexander Isak is on the bench for now, but a really good option off the bench, as is Callum Wilson. And of course, players like Thomas Lamar still in the squad. I think our bench tells the real story of just how much stronger we've got with this window. And this is sort of what you have to do. I could have put more players on the bench. This is sort of what you have to do with Newcastle, is build them up slowly, but at the same time show real progress in certain positions that needed a little bit more help. And I think we've done that really well. But I'll let you decide, viewers, what, rate it out of 10. How do you think the transfer window has gone so far? But hold on. Together. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's just good. It's just great music. I don't care if it's drowning me out. It's just so good. In fact, I'm not going to say anything. I've been told by Supporters Interactive I will not get a copyright strike. So... yes! Woo! Welcome to the Europa Conference League. The music really is too much compared to what's actually happening in the competition. Right, we are a goal down though in this competition, so as much as I'm enjoying the music, I do also need to win. So if we can, lads, if we can make that happen. Now, in terms of XG, we were very, very dominant in the first game. It gives me confidence that at home especially, we can turn this around. So let's make sure we do that and at least progress to the next stage of the Europa Conference League. Because if we're to go out of it, that would be embarrassing. It's 1-0, it's Mitrovic, and we lead. I don't need the headphones anymore. But I'll be honest, I wish the music played every time we scored a goal. But you can't have everything, can you? That's what you've got to learn about this world. Lovely ball from Guimaraes, by the way, and a great finish from Mitrovic, showing he was worth the money. 8.5 million. He's already paid it back. Well, not quite. Lovely controlling run from him as well, just onside. The ball from Guimaraes, by the way, or Guimaraes, is sensational. All right, let's encourage these boys. It's now technically 1-1 in the tie, but again, early stages suggest that we are going to be the dominant team in the game. But a few more goals won't go amiss. I've been playing on positive this entire season. We've taken off the focus from that right-hand side that we had last year, as that might be a penalty. There's been a shove at the front post. Pau Torres went down, and Alexis McAllister is usually our taker for these, and he's usually pretty good. So he's got a chance here to not only put us in the lead for the tie, but give us a good cushion for the game, and he's missed the penalty. Unbelievable. I mean, who saw that? Not me. I was overly confident, if anything. It's another corner, though, and Torres has been really good from these. There he is. There you are. It's the 3rd goal of the season for him. He might end up as like our second top goal scorer this year. Brilliant ball from McAllister, and it's what we were saying about Trippier. We don't necessarily miss him on these set pieces anymore. And when Pau Torres has got the ability at the front post, he can actually jump, whereas Dan Burn and Botman, not as good at jumping, but very good at heading. So, yeah, welcome to all of them. Some of them have already been here. Don't know what I'm saying. As ever, folks, if you're enjoying the video, do leave a like on it. Subscribe. Jack Space as well, continuing over on my second channel too. So if you want a little bit more of that, make sure you get over there and watch me. Do you want to see what I look like as Jack Space? Of course you do. I mean, if it goes well here, then who knows? I haven't got the sunglasses right now, but this is sort of my attire for my GTA roleplay character. So if you want to see me be a mafia boss in a city, then yeah, plenty more where that came from. I do look a little bit more like I'm doing Jurassic Park without the sunglasses. So we're just going to take these off quickly before we maybe score again. Dybala scores, and it's 3-0. Like I never wore it, so it's fine. I've just realised the jacket is a part of it. So while it's good for the Europa League, it's also good for the outfit. I'm 32 years of age. See you later. Bye, everyone. No, it's my job. I have fun. Whatever. Just do what you want to do, Ben. Just be happy. That's the most important thing. Is Mitrovic going to get there? He's not known for his pace. It's a big lifted ball over the top, and he finishes it off brilliantly. It's a ball from Declan Rice, I think. We'll see it again in the replay. Just sort of played into an area. And to be honest, we didn't do that enough last year. And when Mitrovic is your striker up front, it's a little surprising. Hang on, is it Guimaraes again? Oh, it is. I thought it was Rice because it was so deep, but it's a brilliant ball over the top. They can't get there. Mitrovic does. And the coolness of the finish, it's 4-0. And it makes the 1-0 defeat look very, very weird. I think I just got FM'd. And that happens. We've literally all been there multiple times in our lives. shut the computer off in the moment. It's the one thing you don't get the advantage of, really, doing streaming of videos. You can't just go, well, I've had enough of that. So you kind of have to endure the journey and the pain of it all as Dybala goes through here, turns back really, really nicely. Of course, that agility and that on-the-ball ability. Oh, my God, has it gone in? It has gone in. Dybala's third of the season. And the amount of transfer, and you'll know this as a long-term viewer if you're one of those, the amount of transfer windows I've had in the past where I've then gone, well, let's see how they get on, and I lose 1-0, and there's no evidence that they were good. This has been far better for that. So I thought we'd press on a little bit. I didn't honestly think we'd beat Chelsea, and I didn't necessarily think we'd be on for a league title this year. But we might just do the treble. We might just win it all, season 2. Thoughts, viewers? It's possible, isn't it? I mean, I know you've done your rating for my transfer window, but where do you think we might finish this year? Based on what you're seeing against a Romanian side in the Europa Conference League, I mean, get your judgments in. We've conceded there. So, I mean, I'm just going to go this way, if that's okay. So, all in all, not too bad. So... Declan Rice on it again, though. Ball played forward. Mitrovic, that's what we're looking for. McAllister on the attacking run. Oh, my God, that's exactly what we want. Play the Europa music. Play the music again. Come on. That's so good. That is exactly what I want goals to look like. It's 6-0. Wait, did their goal not count? Did I miss that? I think I was too annoyed to notice. I think there might have been offside, but this from Mitrovic, I mean, Chris Wood probably could do it, but it's the run, it's the movement. Oh, how did I lose 1-0? This was a bit of a risk today because I'm known to bottle things. I did think if we play this and I'm just knocked out of the Europa League or the Conference League, sorry, that's terrible news. But actually, that probably isn't going to happen now. And as the time ticks away then, that's that. Newcastle 6. Sepsi 0. I definitely played them in one of my stream saves, but yeah, sorry boys. That's just the way the cookie crumbles when you've got all the money in the world. Newcastle find inspiration at St James's Park, and that sends us through then. Real Sociedad get a bonus for that. 850k for Isaac getting in. What? 2.5 million earned as well for being in the competition as a whole. Is there another qualifying stage? What am I having to deal with here? I think with, is there a draw coming up soon? It's on deadline day. Of course, deadline day is tomorrow's episode because anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation, viewers. And yeah, I'm usually a part of that. Oh, don't crash dump. I've had a weird thing with deadline days and crash dumping. And to be honest, Football Manager, just don't want it. Just don't want it today. Okay, I was petrified there. Quiet deadline day expected. I don't know about that. I'll see you tomorrow for it. Take care, everybody. Until next time, bye. And of course, we'll find out who we're playing in the Europa Conference League as well. As ever, folks, if you enjoyed today's video, do leave a like on it. If you want to see more of Jack's face, well, yes, you saw a little bit of him today, but I definitely encourage you to go and watch it. Everyone that watches it says, I can't believe I didn't watch this. I can't believe it's this good. So, not my words, although on this occasion, well, they were my words. So, you know, pinch of salt and all that.